What's poppin', everybody? It's Terrace Black here with another video. We eating a chocolate chip cookie. Delicious. Okay. Yeah, so fun idea today. Let's just start with a little backstory on how I came to this. Um, so it all started with technically the first set champs, because that's when I played a red blue locations deck that I decided to put together 30 minutes before the event. Showed up, was able to get second place. I only lost to my brother John, Mr. John Williams, the GOAT of Florida. So fun stuff. So since then, I've been trying to make like kind of like fun lists to start kind of the set champs with, or just play throughout the set, just to keep my mind off of red purple sometimes, because red purple is when I go in, with my serious brain and I go, okay, I'm gonna play for real now. But I always have like kind of a fun rogue deck. For a while during set two, it was like the Seven Dwarfs deck I made that could, just win by turn four and just do absolute shenanigans. Um, and then eventually, last set I played this Broom Mill deck, which twice I got super close, literally one round off of getting a promo, which was fun. And then I switched to red purple, did red purple things. So this set, I have my fun deck, what my fun list is, and I'm sure you've seen the thumbnail, so you kind of already understand where it's going. And the idea got spawned because I played a sealed event, and I played against my buddy Sean, who had the new Tiana, and the new Tiana was kind of crazy, especially in sealed. Um, and I wanted to kind of mess with that idea, especially in like an Amber Steel shell, because I love Amber Steel. I just hate Whole New World, and so I refuse to play the majority of Amber Steel decks because they rely on Whole New World. But now we finally have a set where it feels a little bit more comfortable to not play it. And sorry, gotta take a bite, man. I can't just hold on to the cookie. I gotta eat it at some point. But so got a fun deck here, and surprisingly, this deck does really well. So I love playing red purple. So what better to do than create a deck that absolutely just, you know, teabags on red purple. So that's what we have here is an aggro amber steel deck that teabags on red purple while also doing really well against a lot of other matchups. I mean, like most amber steel decks, it just absolutely gets, slam dunked on by red blue. And you just kind of got to concede to that fact. Sometimes you get to beat them, sometimes you don't. At least in this case, you don't have to rely on Whole New World. So if they see Amber Steel, maybe they ink their whole hand away and then go, this is not Whole New World. And then they lose, right? Because they played stupidly. But we can maybe trick them like that. And they'll adapt game two and game three, but it doesn't matter because maybe we get the nuts and we get to, just slide right under everything they're trying to do. Anyways, so we'll start with the main lady of the game. This stemmed from Tiana, who has a pretty fun ability. So it says whenever a character uses challenge, while this character is exerting, the challenging character gets -3 attack this turn unless their player pays 3. So the reason why I love this card is because I came from playing Magic, and in Magic we had cards like Ghostly Prison. I think that's what it is. I haven't played the game in a while, but essentially there's cards where it says anytime you want to attack me, you gotta pay some taxes. And I love taxes in games, and I don't like discard taxes. Those taxes are annoying. But this kind of taxes are more fun, right? I like the Tiana taxes. Tiana's going to tax you because, you're at her restaurant and she needs that tip. Super pause. I'm sorry. I'm doing this off the top, so that sounded terrible. Anyways, Tiana's really, really cool. And so I wanted to build a deck that kind of continued the theme of Tiana, which is all about disrupting your opponent's trades, what they want to do, and kind of messing up the math of their entire board. And yeah, so I kind of fed into that idea. Uh, Also wanted an excuse to play this John Silver that says when you play this character, chosen character can't challenge during their next turn, because I love this card. I think the ability is really strong. I think he fits a lot of really cool, you know, what do we call this? I forgot what we call this tagline, but he has a lot of good names attached to him. He's a good solid stat. I mean, it's a 3 inkable 3/3. I mean, super solid, and and I mean the art is awesome. I mean, we're chefing up like crazy when we're making this list, and look at him, he's cooking it up. So while I'm cooking up this list, my man's over here cooking some delicious looking food. And yeah, I just love this art so much. I love the character as well. So I wanted an excuse to play both of these characters, and found a shell that I think is actually really fun. And I apologize to every red purple player that now has to potentially go up against this list. Uh, I mean, I guess just run two big Sisus and hope and pray that you can make it there. Because yeah, this list is really mean to red purple. It's really mean to a lot of lists actually, besides red blue, like I said, because red blue just gets to cheat big Sisu out way sooner and do unfair things. And also like Medusa, things like that. So, anyways, got our one drops. Cinderella, Daisy Duck. Cinderella is here to essentially be like our turret. So we're using her to just shoot everything. Shoot everything and play our actions. So we're running 4 copies of Bare Necessities, and one thing you're going to notice in this list is that I'm running 4 of everything, because when I'm play testing a deck, yes, I'm still play testing this. This is not the official final version, but I just wanted to get this idea out here so that we can kind of mess around with it. But yeah, so I'm running 4 Bare Necessities, 4 Let the Storm Rage On, and 4 Strength of the Rage and Fire. If we get questing in with Cindy, then great, we're cooking. But if not, she's really meant to just kind of sit back and just play all these for free while we get to play other stuff. Because we don't want to pay. We don't want to pay to play these cards. We just want the Cinderellas to sit there and do it for free. So Let the Storm Rage On. It's a classic turn 2 Cinderella. You know, you play Cindy, then you sing the Let the Storm Rage On. Or you play Cindy, you sing Strength the Rage and Fire, and then you can kind of strategically time when to sing the Bare Necessities. Specifically, you want to play Bare Necessities right before your opponent gets to brawl and right before your opponent gets to beat prep. You always check right before they get to do that, because that's when they're holding on to it unless they top deck it like a god. But you wait right before they play the brawl. You wait right before they play the beat prep, and you snipe it out the hand just in case you're not going first and you're able to play P on 3, because we'd rather, play maybe a Tiana or a John Silver on 3, so that our board, is a little bit more safe from what their board might be. But if we don't got Pete on 3 going first and we're going second, then, we'll sing a little Bare Necessities, make sure that Brawl keeps the Tiana safe. Because honestly, if you get to take away the Brawl, or you get to take away the, whatever card they have that gets rid of Tiana once you play her, it's gonna be terrible for your opponent. They're gonna hate their life, because Tiana's stacks are actually really, really good, especially when you throw her, behind a bodyguard, or, use some other disruptive things like John Silver. So yeah, so we have Cinderella to go ahead and sing these actions, and she's kind of there, like I said, to be an annoying turret to stop our opponent from stopping us from doing the questing. Like I said, it's kind of like an aggressive deck. We want to quest like a madman, but the nice thing about this list is that it lets us kind of get to mid game, and lets us kind of grind a little bit. But obviously, this is not like a late game deck. If we win against our opponent with this list in the late game, I've done it sometimes in play testing. Yeah, your opponent's just having a bad time. A recent include that I did was added Fire the Cannons. Fire the Cannons very good right now. Absolutely hates on green decks. We want to get rid of Diablos as much as possible. Or just anything that's just really annoying, or kind of messes with what we want to do early game. So if we want to go one turn, one drop, uh, turn two, play Fire the Cannons to get rid of their one drop, and then play another one drop, especially if we're going first, that's really strong. Especially if you're going Daisy Daisy. Just Fire the Cannons, I think it's always been a great card, but it's been hard to always find exactly the space for it because it's uninkable, and typically Steel Song especially is running so many uninkables because it has Whole New World, Let the Storm Rage On, Zeus, things like that. That Fire the Cannons felt awkward for it. I mean, it kind of fits a little bit into Blue Steel, but it's a great card. And I think we're going to be seeing it a lot this set just because everything is a lot more low to the ground, a lot more aggressive. So you're going to want to slot in Fire the Cannons to just kind of help either get rid of pesky, annoying threats or get rid of, something that might, potentially challenge into you. Also, I had a fun little time against my buddy Mark. We were play testing. He did the absolute shenanigans that is turn to shift Diablo, play Cove, attach Diablo to Cove. And I used Cindy to sing Let the Storm Rage On and played Fire the Cannons, killed the Diablo, and then just ran with the game from there. So Fire the Cannons lets you do that, and that's fun. So let's see what else. Let's actually just start going in order. Why not? So yeah, our one drops. Daisy Duck lets us kind of put on the pressure and the gas early. Cinderella lets us be kind of set up a little turret to go start shooting everything. Like I said, we want to play aggressively, but we want to play cards that are specifically disrupting what our opponent typically wants to do. Cinderella's great at that early game. Daisy Duck's great at just being very aggressive early game while sticking around. And then I slotted in my little fun guy here. So originally in this 2-drop slot, I had the Lilo. But the new Lilo, while it is a great card, I think fits a lot better and like a more traditional Amber Steel list because that list is fine with going a little bit longer into the late game, and something like Lilo's kind of help them curve out and just kind of burn away, whereas we're built to go a lot more gas early than they are. So Rue is, here instead to just continue that disruption and kind of synergize with a little bit of what we're doing. So not only is Rue's stacks on top of Tiana's stacks extremely annoying because he minuses their attack by 2. So essentially, if they don't want to pay, you're minusing something by 5. What the hell are they going to do about that? And then if they do pay, you're still minusing it by 2. So you're just kind of messing up their math. And like I said, especially good when you have your bodyguards like Simba and our nice boy Pluto. So the two four-legged, about to say felines, but I'll just say animals. The cuties, the four-legged buddies coming into bodyguard. Super good when you have a Tiana out. It's sideways. They already have to pay just to get through the bodyguard, but then you can also use a Rue or something like that to just make the stacks even worse, because if they do pay, it's still even weak. So Rue is a good disruptive character. And then Simba kind of gives us the access to the classic, turn 1 Lilo, turn 2 Simba play, which is still very, very good, even against, a lot of decks, because nothing's really that early going to swing into a Simba and live and take out the Simba at the same time. So it's a nice little kind of setup to just keep going with the aggression. And then if we really just want to push the gas, we can go Daisy into a Smee. And Smee's, always just been an absolute powerhouse of a 2-drop. His downside is not really a downside. We understand this, and and especially in a list like this where we're having Madrigal and Rapunzel both there to back up the Smee and give him heals. And also, one thing that I totally did not realize when I initially put him in the list, but then started playing, was I was like, why is this Smee not taking damage? And then I was like, oh, John Silver is a captain. So not only can we go 1-drop Daisy, then we can, drop down, a Smee, and then on 3 go John Silver. The character they were ready to go ahead and take out our Daisy or Smee can no longer do that, and also Smee takes no damage. So Fun little curve there. John Silver's actually really good on three a lot of times because, yeah, especially if we want to just hit the gas and then start getting, something that's a 3-3 that wants to just kind of just challenge afterwards and feed our, turn four Rapunzel or, future Madrigal or whatever we need to just keep that, you know, ball rolling. He's a really good turn three if we're not set up and ready for the Tiana, which is just she's nice to kind of just sneak in whenever. And then for Pete's, of course, because we want to stop them from playing Brawl. We want to stop them from playing actions that get rid of our characters, especially Be Prepared. Pete's always been amazing for that and super annoying, especially, in play testing against discard decks. When you got four, it's just so good, especially when you also have four bare necessities. So you really get to just stop a lot of what they want to do um, to get their engine going, and you kind of put them in a mode where they have to start playing aggressive. Their deck's not built to kind of play aggressive and defensive early game, and on top of that, you're playing your spamming Pete's, you're spamming John Silver's, fire the cannons, and all these fun little goodies to really halt them. And then, yeah, I mean, Madrigal Rapunzel's pretty straightforward. You're just healing up your guys. Daisy, Smee, your 3-3s, your big boy Plutos to just keep that momentum going. And then also a fun little interaction is that as the game progresses, you can actually set up where you already know that your Pete or your John Silver is going to do some trading or your Pluto's going to do some trading. You can drop a Rue so that you can trade into that character, take them out. You don't lose your character, and then you follow it right up with a heal. And yeah, that kind of that puts pain, especially on aggro decks or purple steel or green purple, where they have things like foxes, bonsais, things that maybe you need to take out. Um, and they're traditionally used to, okay, well, if you take out my fox or you take out my bonsai, you're also going to take out your character. Rue lets you, kind of mess up that math for them. Keep your character alive so that, then they have to trade another character into it to get rid of it, or you're able to heal it up right afterwards. Um, and yeah, it's pretty fun deck. Uh, Pluto, big boy. Originally, some spicy, like my original list had cards like Rapunzel's Tower in it, because I wanted to really just be just absolute madman mode. And while it was fun and had some really good moments and helped you dunk on like red purple even more, because I mean, what the hell is a red purple deck besides a brawl gonna do against two daisies that have 7 health? Nothing. And also it's fun to be able to give Smee an extra 3 health, so even though he quested for 3, he still just gets to stick around. So Rapunzel's Tower is really fun. Felt really stupid, but then against certain matchups, it just felt really lackluster. I think if it gained one lore, it'd be an absolute chat of a location. And that's also a gripe I have with the game. I mean, why are we giving all these locations no lore, but then you designed castle and library and said perfect? it's it's shocking to me. So if Rapunzel's Tower gave you one lore, it'd be a cracked location. My son's upset in the background. Don't know if you can hear it, but cracked location. But unfortunately, it doesn't gain you lore, so it ends up being like a super awkward top deck at times. Where at least we could top deck some characters more often that could just keep questing for us or benefit, because a lot of these can come in and kind of support other characters, which I like. Um, like you can kind of have some moments where it's a rough top deck, but a lot of the times like we're playing very disruptively. So a Pete off the top, John Silver off the top, Pluto off the top, Rue off the top, Simba off the top, like some of these cards that you can get off the top while you have a one or two characters out in play can really make the difference for that character's survival or just being able to kind of keep the momentum going. And yeah, actions very straightforward. Characters very straightforward. I mean, like I said, we're running a bunch of four ofs. But it just comes with practice, knowing like kind of what order and what matchups to play them. If you end up wanting to see some gameplay of this deck or any other deck that I make, feel free to leave a comment down below, and me and some buddies, we will kind of film and kind of put together, um, some content for you guys. We are running, what is this? 16 uninkables. I'm blind. Sorry. 16 uninkables, but it doesn't matter because we're playing very, very low to the ground. I don't think I've ever had a single situation while playing this deck where I'm like, oh, dang, I'm stuck on uninkables. What am I going to do? And that just kind of goes to the fact that a majority of our curve is 1, 2, and 3, and then we have some 4s, just kind of on our top end. But the majority of us is 1, 2, 3. But yeah, so anyways, this is my fun Tiana deck. This is the deck that I'm going to continue messing around with, keep play testing, and I'll try to run this like maybe in 1, 2 set champs. And I don't care if I get a mat. If I can secure a promo with a deck like this, then, that just goes to show, and, especially when you're making fun decks like this, that anything can kind of creep its way in. It's just about getting enough time to play test it, getting enough time to really dive deep into it. And learn the matchups, and you can sneak tons of things in, especially if you just want to get the promo. Like, you just want to be able to have the acolyte of saying, hey, I made it to top 8 with this fun deck I made. So that's going to be the goal, is play this, and you guys want you guys to play test this as well, put it together. Unfortunately, I sold all my Rapunzel, so I got to get those again. So absolute pain on my end for that, because that's legitimately the main bulk of the cost of this deck. Like, what happens if I remove Rapunzel here? It goes to $100 deck. Okay, yeah. So, uh, yeah, unfortunately, if you don't have Rapunzels like me, you're gonna have to go through the hassle of getting them again. But that's okay. If I mean, just you might as well just stunt all out and get the big girl version. Just spend $400 and get this one. Then you're a true Chad. And then also get the Tiana and the Cinderella enchanteds, and just make it like a $700 EDH deck. But yeah, so that is my list, my good old Tiana list. Fun stuff. Hopefully you guys can play it, have fun with it. And yeah, I'm going to keep brewing some stuff. If I can't come up with an idea, I'll grab some buddies and see what they come up with and go ahead and post that. What else? I don't know. Like, comment, subscribe. We're on the journey to 1,000 followers. We're almost there. We're getting there. So let's hit 1,000 followers. The goal is I'm trying to hit 1K before the end of the year. And then also go ahead and follow me over on Twitter. I like posting stuff on Twitter. I like yapping on Twitter and talking about things. And yeah, I'd love to talk to you guys over there as well. So feel free to message me or whatever. Sometimes I can't always talk back immediately, but I do like having conversations, I like having debates, all that sort of jazz. So follow me over there. Subscribe on here again. Like on here. Comment. All the good stuff. Let's keep the ball rolling. Have fun with set 6, and I'll see you on the next spicy deck list or something, or if I do good with it or at locals or something, I'll be back. Anyways, I'm gonna go get another chocolate chip cookie because that one was bussin', and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.